23rd year at Rochester. He's won over 405 games just at Rochester, over 500 in his 31 total career years. So the Yellow Jackets have it first. They'll get the first look, the first shot, and the first basket. That's Callie McCulley.
Yeah, Ron, quick start for the Yellow Jackets and the Spartans. Facing a team that plays a little bit slower pace than Emory we saw the other night. They struggled with that pace, and I'd like to see them start to control the game on the offensive end, and we'll see if that can change things from how it ended the other night.
Isabella Mills around a high screen, a 15-footer. Love watching Mills play basketball.
Yeah, she's, as you mentioned, Ron, an all-around player, and she should have a great game today.
That's Preet Gill up top. Preet Gill playing some good defense for the Spartans. Inside, nice little block drop step by Hannah Lindemuth.
Yeah, Lindemuth, the leading scorer for this Rochester side. We saw the Spartans struggle with some shooters last time, and we'll see if they can contain her tonight.
Case Western coming into this game, averaging 57 points per game in University Athletic Association play. Preet Gill, soft jumper, front of the rim, drops in.
Yeah, and Gill played really well against Emory. Notice the Spartans starting with two big forwards in there, Chiraklus and Gill. They got Evie Miller some great playing time on Friday night as well.
Yeah, Gill getting a rare start. She's been a solid contributor off the bench, a key player off the bench. She gets the start this afternoon. That one's going to roll around and drop for Lindemuth, her second bucket. 6-4, Rochester in a quick-paced game early on here. The men with a huge win. There's energy in the gym, even though it's an empty gym due to COVID protocol. That changes starting tomorrow, though, in the University Athletic Association. Spectators will be allowed back in. Mills for a long three, tries to get her own rebound, does. Preet Gill from the feed, and Preet Gill's got 2 buckets.
Yeah, and look at the Spartans crashing the offensive boards that time. 2 offensive rebounds on 1 possession. Rochester can't like that. They'll need to stop that. Spartans great off second chance points.
Good back cut that time by Callie McCulley. That's 42. McCulley, she's got a nice speed. She'll shoot free throws. There's McCulley, the junior forward, 6 foot.
Yeah, nice job working inside by McCulley, cutting into the basket. And there's a good look at the empty stands, as you mentioned, Ron.
I know talking to the coaches, the players have just been excited to be able to play this year. Last year, the entire season was canceled due to COVID. And this year, you know, there's obviously anxiety in the air all the time. Will we play? Will the other team be ready? Will the other team have healthy players? Who are we missing today? And they're just glad to be out there and playing.
And they'll be excited to get spectators back. Definitely changes the energy in this gym, and really a big part of that home court advantage, especially in this tough conference.
That starts on Monday. Next Friday and Sunday, we're back here for 2 UAA games. We'll have fans in the stands. Lawrence, long three is missed, and a rebound pulled down by O'Connessy. Comes Rochester. Game's tied at 6, first quarter, just a couple of minutes into it.
And it was right around this time on Friday night that we saw Emory go on a 10-0 run against the Spartans, and that's really where they took control of the game.
Fouls on Mills. You see it there, 21 working against 21. And there's the aforementioned 21, Hannah Lindemuth. She's got 7 points in the blink of an eye.
She's on fire early, and Rochester coming right back, adding to that point total.
11-6. It was 6-6 like 15 seconds ago. Terry out top. Pressure defense in the kitchen, as I like to say. Leverini, Maura Leverini wearing number 20. You see her coming up and getting in Margaret Terry.
Man, that's beautiful defense, perfectly played. Especially, you know, Margaret Terry's not really much of a shooter. Leveroni doing well to contain her early.
Couple of sophomores, Preet Gill and Terry, to the senior, Abby Lawrence. Abby doing a nice job Went down on the knees, kept the dribble, came right back up. Margaret Terry, hesitation dribble, laid it up, laid it in.
That's beautiful. Just mentioned Margaret Terry doesn't take too many shots, but when she does, she sets them up beautifully. That was a great drive inside.
Feeling the hot hand, first miss of the afternoon on that shot by Lindemuth. Here comes Mills. Isabella looking left, gonna dribble left. This is Chiraklis. Kayla with a spin on the block, missed the shot. McCulley down with a rebound.
McCulley leads this team in rebounds per game. Tough 6-footer, played great defense and great job not fouling that time, going straight up and down.
Back on the scoring booth, Lindemuth with 9. Got 9 of the 13. This is Lawrence trying to get Abby on track.
Yeah, and she was off the other night, and she'll need to have a good game. She wants to get back in that rhythm. One of the top scorers in the UAA, currently leads with 21 points a game.
Yeah, it's tough to say that she's off because, man, she's facing doubles, sometimes triples. She's seeing, I think she's seeing defenders in her dreams right now.
Yeah, and certainly tough to shake. Every coach who comes in here to Cleveland knows you got to stop Abby Lawrence if you want to have a chance of beating this Spartan team. Emory was able to do that the other night, and Rochester looks like they have a game plan for her as well. We'll need to spread the ball around. I'd like to see them work it more inside. We mentioned Gil, Chiraklis. We'll probably see Evie Miller here in a little bit. Work those big players, those big forwards inside.
Rochester will inbound it, 23 seconds to shoot. Yellow Jackets are up 4, 5 minutes gone in this opening quarter. Inside, Preet Gill working some good defense. That pass out goes off the hands of the Yellow Jackets, and Jen Reimer likes it. Her team's got the ball back.
And another note for the Spartans on that off night on Friday. They only made 1 3-pointer. We've seen them miss already from it today. And they'll need to pick that up because that's not a recipe for winning games, especially against such a talented team like Rochester.
Lawrence off a screen. Now it's Mills with the basketball. 10 seconds to shoot. Mills to Terry. Margaret will shoot the long-range shot. Missed it long. Chiraklis with the rebound. Kayla watches the ball go out of bounds. Tried to save it, couldn't. But Chiraklis is another one I just love watching play. Leads the team in offensive rebounds. She's got 44. She almost hit her 45th right there. Leads the team in rebounds total, 103.
Such a physical player inside, and Rochester trying to match her. They've got Juliana Okanuski inside. Big player, and we'll see if she can keep Chiraklis off of her.
Chiraklis with defense. Terry's going to bring it up. Spartans trying to win their second game in UAA play. Preet Gill lost it, and lost it for good. Here comes Rochester. O'Connessy, Juliana O'Connessy had picked the pocket of Preet Gill. Defense by Terry, nice job. Forces that shot by Rochester. And O'Connessy got the rebound, laid it up, put it back in. Juliana.
There's that size, 6'1", tallest player on the floor, tallest player in this game. Those offensive boards, once again, those are going to be huge for Rochester, especially with Case going with this bigger lineup today.
Good hands, stealing the crossover dribble. Alexis Sestrick tied it up. Spartans will keep it. Lots of subs in and out in this one. Try to catch you up on some of the players that are now in the game. Lucy Vanderbeck will inbound it. McKenna Gross, great to see her back. She's in the game at point guard. Vanderbeck and Gross, the player is now in for the Spartans. A foul on the floor. Foul's going to go against Sestrick. That will be Alexis's first foul.
And you mentioned McKenna Gross, and she's a big player on this Spartans team. Missed Friday night and didn't get a lot of help shooting and passing the ball. And we'll see if having her back, one of the experienced players on this team, makes a difference offensively.
Vanderbeck out top. Behind her back, shot up, wouldn't fall. Comes Rochester with the basketball. Cat Jantz along the baseline. Gross with the rebound. McKenna in the land of the Giants pulling that one down.
Yeah, it's a strong drive that time. Kind of got a double team inside. It's not a good shot, not the type of shot you'd like to set up if you're Rochester. You want to try and find your outlets and get that inside the paint around those two big players that around that double team.
Gross could have come off that high screen. Mills rolls out of it. This is Isabella. Vanderbeck will shoot the three, misses it left. Lawrence tried to save it, and they'll say Abby stepped on the baseline. Coach Reimer wants a timeout. Her team's struggling to put the ball in the basket. We'll take 1-2. We'll be back.
Have you heard the news? The Intercontinental Cleveland has earned its 10th consecutive 4-Diamond Award from AAA in recognition of its high-quality accommodations and exceptional service standards. Planning an important event like a corporate meeting, annual conference, fundraising gala, holiday party, or highly personalized wedding? Choose excellence in the Intercontinental Cleveland. Our planning professionals will take time to consider every detail and lead you through an experience which is proudly world-class. Call us today at 216-707-4100 for more details or to request a tour of our spectacular accommodations.
Spartans come into this game, as Saar mentioned, with a loss against Emory on Friday night, 71-50. They had knocked off Brandeis in Boston a week ago on Sunday, 57-49 in a snowstorm. Got out of Boston, got out late, but did get home on Sunday night. And it was a miracle because, boy, all across the country, specifically in the East and actually in the South too. Down in Emory, they moved up the Sunday game to Saturday to get teams in and out. There was just snowstorms and ice storms everywhere. Mills with her own rebound, going to try the third time, and Isabella's going to shoot free throws.
Rochester playing a tight defense. They're sticking really tight on their men right now. There you see Kelsey Stites. But they're forcing Case Western Reserve to take the shots that they don't want to. And that's something they'll have to change. The Spartans will.
This is Mills, 74% free throw shooter from Peters Township High School in Pittsburgh. Isabella makes them both. She's got 4. Mills is a winner. In high school, she played on a state championship team in 2019, Saar, that was 30-0. Undefeated season, wrapped up with a state championship. So Isabella knows how to win.
Yeah, and Mills a huge part of this team. She's already got 4 points today, but she'll have to break through a Rochester defense that only allows 60 points a game.
Well, there's a 3 from Sestrick. That full court press is creating some trouble right now. Traveling. Yellow Jackets will give it back. McKenna Gross, the talented point guard, will bring it up. Gross, a junior from Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. This is Lawrence with the basketball. Abby looks left, drives left, lays it up, and drops it in.
Yeah, and a much better set that time from the Spartans. They took their time, slowed the pace of the game, and took a great shot.
Cat Jantz quickly the other way. Just over a minute left to play, opening quarter. McKenna will step back, shoot the 3, left it short. Rochester comes up with a loose ball. Come the Yellow Jackets, it's Stites with it. Kelsey right to the basket. She's gonna shoot free throws.
Yeah, and how do you challenge this bigger lineup right now? Gill off the floor, but Chirakless inside there. You go right at him. You want to draw those fouls and force them to have to sub their big players out. Chirakless right now taking a seat.
That is Kayla's second. This is Stites at the foul line. Kelsey makes good on her 2 attempts. And it's an 11-point lead, largest of the afternoon for the Yellow Jackets. Rochester 10-5 on the season coming into this basketball game. This is Mills and Abby Lawrence out top. Abby with a 3. Missed it right. Rebound, Spartans, back to Lawrence, off the glass, wouldn't go.
Yeah, but that's a good look for the Spartans. Missed the three, but came right back, found the open player inside. Those are just shots you got to get to fall.
That one did not fall for Hannah Lindemuth. And the tie-up will give the basketball back to Rochester. 31 seconds left to play opening quarter. Deep inbound. This is Lindemuth with it. Right to the basket. She lays it up, rolls around, and drops. Lawrence gave her some good late defense, but Lindemuth, it's been that kind of quarter for her. She's got 11. 11 of the 24. Whistle inside. Mills is going to go back to the foul line. Blocking foul on Rochester will go against Lindemuth. Check that. Not Lindemuth. Against Haley Dumiak.
Yeah, if I'm Mills, those are the looks I like. We talked about Rochester on the other side challenging inside, drawing fouls. And that's one thing the Spartans haven't done a whole lot of this season, is getting to the foul line. And I think helping them steal some easy points will make it a lot easier to stay closer in these games, especially early here in the first quarter.
Mills 3 of 4 from the line. This is Kat Jenks with it. Working it inside, reverse layup, and it's good for Abby Gress. And there's the first quarter buzzer. It was a great one for Rochester, struggling one for the Spartans. 26-12 your score after one quarter.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
Ron Jantz along with Saar Zutshi for today's women's basketball broadcast from Horsburgh Gymnasium. Saar, you take a look at how the Spartans got here. You know, they've got 9 losses on the year, but man, they have had a brutal schedule. They played Baldwin Wallace, ranked 11th in the country. John Carroll, ranked 12th in the country. La Roche, who's 8-5. Albion, who's in the top 10 in the country, 13-4. Marietta, 16-1. They're in the top 10. Carnegie Mellon, they lost 2 on the road. NYU's undefeated, ranked 5th in the country. And then that loss to Emory. So it's like, what top 20 team are we playing this afternoon when you look at the women of Case Western Reserve and their schedule so far?
Yeah, and I certainly think their schedule and their record doesn't reflect how this team has played. They have definitely shown improvement throughout the season. But this is a young team in a lot of areas, and they're just learning how to win. And as this team plays more and more, gets more experience together, had a lot of injuries and things like that, keeping them from gelling. But as they play more and more together, they'll learn how to win, and these improvements will start to come together and show on the record board.
Well, that's a good way to start the second quarter. That's Abby Lawrence for her second basket.
Yeah, Lawrence needs to get hot in this game. They have 4 players with 4 points and thus tied for the lead. And Lawrence, again, one of the key players on this team, one of the key players in the conference. She needs to take over right now.
Quick step by number 4 to the basket. Beautiful drop step and attacked was Juliana O'Connessy. Abby Miller now in the game for the Spartans. She's posting up inside. Abby Lawrence is going to tie it up with McCulley. Callie McCulley got a little aggressive. Take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, you can see McCulley on the defensive end.
Lawrence tying her up.
There's Charlotte Adler getting involved as well. And that's the type of defense Rochester plays. They've been very physical throughout. Again, we mentioned this whole conference so physical.
They're going to check the replay, the officials, to see if there was a flagrant foul. So they're sending both teams to the bench. And the officials are on the monitor right now to take a look at that play to see if they'll call McCulley for a flagrant foul. So while they do that, let's talk about Jim Scheibel, who you see in the shot right now. Scheibel at Rochester, 23 years, 405 wins, 189 losses. He's been a college coach for 31 years overall. 1 year at Clarkson, 7 years at Elmira. You add them all up, win-wise, Scheibel's got 546 wins in his career. 12 NCAAs at just Rochester alone. He's the gold standard in this association right now for sure as head coaches go. Still looking at the replay right now. Here's what the officials are looking at, trying to determine if there would be any other fouls called, and they've taken a look. They're ready to make their announcement. There's been no upgrade to a flagrant foul. It's just a basketball move is what the officials have determined.
Yeah, Ron, I agree with that call. It looked like both players just going after the ball. Didn't look like any malicious intent. I didn't see really any elbows to the face, anything like that. So I think that's a good call by the refs and way to come together and make that decision.
It's the beauty of replay. Everyone wants to get it right, right?
Absolutely.
Leveroni with the basketball to the basket. She got the bucket and drew the foul. Maura Leveroni with her 4th point. She'll look for 5.
And once again, substitution. Evie Miller came into this game just shortly. And you go right at her once again. The same thing we saw going against Chiraklus, going against Gill. Chiraklus once again on the bench in foul trouble, and that's what Rochester needs to do to challenge this big lineup.
Lawrence got it picked, could not save it, but it went off Rochester. So Spartans will keep it. Down 17.
And the Spartans, I think, just need to slow the pace of the game once again. They need to play their game. That's what they didn't do on Friday night, and that's how they fell behind so fast. Margaret Terry being back in the game will certainly help that.
Miller out top, looking for a handoff. Mills will now get it. Margaret Terry. Miller on the baseline, 5 to shoot. Mills will shoot it. Long range 3. Would not drop, but Preet Gill's there for the rebound. Isabella thought she was going to get a second look. She thought about it. Drew the foul. Foul will go against McCulley.
The Spartans now 0 of 6 from 3. Again, they struggled on Friday night, and that's not a recipe for victory in this conference. They'll need to shoot better. They'll need to find better looks from beyond the arc.
Terry trying to take care of that basketball. The defense by Leveroni has been outstanding. Miller inside. Missed the shot. Preet Gill kept it alive. Here's Lawrence. Abby looks. Misses it short. Abby Miller fighting for the rebound. Rochester will come up with it.
And Rochester playing great defense right now. Not allowing the Spartans to get any second chance points, even though they're getting a lot of offensive boards.
Good back cut. Nice feed. Ball went off a Spartan. Nia Moore now in the game. Nia Moore for Case Western Reserve, the first-year player out of Chicago, Illinois. Moore on defense, wearing number 14. Inside, open look. Quick feed and an easy bucket for Juliana O'Connessy. Juliana's got 6.
O'Connessy again, big inside and so tough to guard. You can't let her have those open looks at the basket.
Leveroni picks up her second foul. Aggressive defense has been outstanding by Leveroni. Spartan's going to take a look. Gill has it at the foul line. The weave and handoff to Mills. Isabella off the glass. How about that one?
What a shot.
Rolled in.
And those are the type of plays you need to ignite a comeback. Beautiful shot by Isabella Mills, and we'll need to see her do more of that.
Rochester with ball movement, the drive and the bucket. It was a tough one, but it was made by Kelsey Stites.
And Stites saw that shot from Mills and matched it. Rochester playing with a lot of energy right now.
Gill inside, Preet working hard, gonna draw a foul. Foul's on the block, foul's on the floor.
Again, Terry working the ball inside, leads his team in assists per game, and great ball control player. Yeah, that's what happens when you have strong, big players down inside. Preet Gill drawing the foul that time.
Foul's on Charlotte Adler, that's Charlotte's first. Terry will inbound it. Ball knocked out of bounds by Stites. Rochester 3-3 on the road this year. Coach Reimer's team at home, 2-4. This is Mills. She'll shoot the three. Missed it long. Evie Miller fighting for the rebound. They'll say it went off a yellow jacket, so the Spartans will keep it. Reset the shot clock.
Spartans now getting open looks from three and still not able to hit their 0 of 8 now. And something's got to change there. I'm not sure what's the trouble with shooting threes, especially Rochester seemed to have backed off from the line in their man defense.
Terry looking for a teammate, found Miller. She finds Preet Gill. Preet shot, missed short. McCulley eyes up, down the floor. Here comes Stites. Good ball movement and traveling. It's a turnover by Lindemuth.
But if I'm Rochester, I'm continuing to feed Lindemuth. She's shooting 5 of 7 right now, and as a team, they're shooting 70% from the field.
70.
That's right, 70.
Wow.
7-0.
Saar Zutshi with that great stat. This is Terry. Word against Stites. Margaret's shot drops.
Now we're starting to see some of these Spartan players getting in a rhythm. Mills hitting some key shots. Now Terry getting involved. These are the looks they need.
Long range three, missed long. Margaret Terry chases it down. Eyes up, ball's deflected. Margaret's gonna keep it. Right, this is Moore. Chirakless from 16 feet. Kayla Chirakless is on the board.
One possession at a time if I'm Jen Reimer. That's what I'm telling my team. Make a couple shots, get a couple stops, play defense, and that's what the Spartans are doing right now.
Lindemuth with the floater. Margaret Terry, the point guard, with another rebound. Here comes Nia Moore trying to save it. She does. Evie Miller and Margaret Terry will hand it over to Lucy Vanderbeck. Lucy with the basketball. Miller, ball above her head. Chirakless with a nice ball fake. Takes it to the basket, missed the shot. And the ball's knocked out of bounds off Spartan, so Rochester's going to get it back.
But Spartans, you can see, starting to get into a rhythm, shooting the ball. Different players getting involved. Chirakless had a nice look there. She'll probably go back to that play later, coming inside into the paint like that.
Alexis Sestrick and Abby Gress now in the game for Rochester. This is Gress with it. Feed out. Shot blocked by Evie Miller. Juliana O'Connessy went strong to the hoop, but Evie Miller blocked her shot.
Wow, Evie Miller. She had 3 blocks the other night, and what a play that time. We mentioned O'Connessy, one of the tallest players out here. Evie Miller matching her stride for stride. Beautiful play.
Evie, a first-year player out of South Mecklenburg High School in Charlotte, North Carolina. Wearing number 5 in the gray and blue of Case Western Reserve. This is Vanderbeck, ball above her head. Terry, top of the key. She'll shoot it with 8 on the shot clock. Missed it left. O'Connessy grabbed the rebound.
So you can see the Spartans have tightened up on the defensive end, and they're tracking their players a lot more closely now.
Stites, long 3, missed it long. Loose ball, chasing it down is Vanderbeck. Lucy, the mechanical engineering major, with the basketball. High screen, Terry off of it, shot off the glass, wouldn't go. And O'Connessy pulled it down. Miller tied her up. Spartans are going to keep it. Possession arrow in favor of Case.
Yeah, and Terry coming off the floor now. She's playing well. She's doing well feeding the ball inside. She tried to draw a foul there. Didn't quite get what she wanted. But Evie Miller playing so tough on both ends of the floor.
McKenna Gross now back in the game for Case Western Reserve. Kat Jenks back in the game for the Yellow Jackets. Charaklis with a strong move. What a beautiful left-hand shot off the glass. Kayla's got 4. Spartans down 13.
Same look we saw from Charaklis earlier. Knew she'd come back to that. And that was a great play, great finish.
Kayla with defense on O'Connessy. Great defense. Good help from Miller. Gross comes up with a loose ball. McKenna, eyes up, crosses half court, looks left. Vanderbeck with the basketball. Back to Gross. McKenna's going to shoot it. Left it short. Here comes Rochester. That Spartan bench is active on this end of the floor. Cheering on their teammates. Jenks' shot goes long. Charaklis got it off to Miller. Nia looking right. Gross is open. The cutter is Miller. Back to Gross. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the half. Evie will shoot it. Right baseline. Missed it. This is Rochester. Sestrick with the basketball. Right side. Leveroni. Shot missed by Abby Gress. Here comes Gross the other way. McKenna, hesitation dribble off the glass. Laid it up, laid it in. Gross has got her first bucket. And Scheibel wants a timeout. Rochester will have a timeout. Their lead has been cut to 11. 2:48 left to play, opening half.
Have you heard the news? That Intercontinental Cleveland has earned its 10th consecutive 4-Diamond Award from AAA in recognition of its high-quality accommodations and exceptional service standards. Planning an important event like a corporate meeting, annual conference, fundraising gala, holiday party, or highly personalized wedding? Choose excellence in the Intercontinental Cleveland. Our planning professionals will take time to consider every detail and lead you through an experience which is proudly world-class. Call us today at 216-707-4100 for more details or to request a tour of our spectacular accommodations.
Saar taking a look at this McKenna Gross layup. Tongue out and everything. Spartans are on a 10-2 run.
Yeah, and what they've done, Ron, on this run, remember a few minutes ago we mentioned 70% field goals for Rochester? That number has been cut to 53. Great defense from the Spartans has ignited this comeback, pulling within just 11 points.
And there's another defensive play. Charaklis with a block shot. Mills will shoot the 3 right in front of us. Missed it short. Ball went off Rochester. Spartans will get it back. Isabella had a good look. She wanted that one. Mills, the communication science major here at Case Western Reserve University. Vanderbeck will inbound it. It'll go to Margaret Terry. Terry and Nia Moore, the guards now in the game. This is Moore with the basketball. Terry, Charaklis, top of the key. She likes to drive from here. She does, off the glass. Missed it. Kayla fighting for the rebound. Gonna tie it up and keep it. Whoa, that whistle went early. Oh, it's a foul, okay. Thought they were calling jump foul. That was an early jump call, but it's a foul on Leveroni.
And that's the strength and physicality from Charaklis we talked about earlier. Looks like when she comes down, she gets possession of the ball. Bounced off Leveroni, and that's where the foul comes, reaching in for it afterwards.
That's the 3rd foul, I believe, on Leveroni. It's going to put her on the bench. Good pass. Charaklis to Terry. Shots missed. McCulley down with the rebound.
If I'm the Spartans, I can't allow Rochester to score any more points this half. Got to keep them off the glass and force them to take longer shots.
Rochester's ball movement against the Spartan defense. They'll call the foul on Nia Moore. There's a look. Nia, 14, playing defense.
Didn't really see much on that one.
Didn't see much on that one either.
Yeah. Looked like Sestrick may have just slipped on the floor.
Mills with a rebound. Isabella averaging 6 rebounds per game. 2nd on the team, only to Charaklis' 7. Ball stolen. Here comes Rochester. On the break, it's Stites. Kelsey against Terry. Missed a shot. McCulley's follow won't go, but Kelly's going to shoot free throws.
Yeah, we talked about defense igniting offense. Dumiak with the steal. Getting Rochester back on the offensive end. Trying to steal some points before the end of the half.
So McCulley's at the foul line on the season, 50% from the free throw line. Callie is almost better from the field than she is from the foul line, 49% from the field. And true to the percentages, she made 1 of 2. 12-point Rochester lead. Minute 12 left to play, opening half. Long three, top of the key from Vanderbeck. How about that? Lucy loves it.
And that's what they needed, Ron. That's the one thing the Spartans hadn't been able to do tonight. That's their first three-pointer made.
Good pass out. Beautiful pass from the post. Boy, O'Connessy seen across the floor to Stites. Turned into that good look and a bucket by Kelsey Stites. She's got 7.
How about Stites coming off the bench? We saw her playing strong defense earlier. Now getting active on the board, scoring.
Shot clock's at 13. Shots up and it's good. Vanderbeck with another 3.
She's hit her last 2. She's starting to get into a rhythm. This is what the Spartans needed. They need somebody to take over shooting the ball. That's where they struggled the past couple games.
Spartans looking for some defense to close out this half. Lindemuth with the ball into O'Connessy. Pass inside, it went off McCulley. 6 seconds. Spartans will have 6 seconds.
What else has the Spartan defense done? They've shut down Hannah Lindemuth. She had 9 points so quick, so early. Since then, just 2.
They need to hurry. Mills has got it with 3 seconds. Isabella's going to chuck one. There it goes, and it's short. She's got a shy grin on her face, but they didn't look to be in much of a hurry with 6 seconds left. Hey, how about a first half, though? The Spartans were down at 19. It looked like they were going to get blown out of Horsburgh Gymnasium, but as Saar has pointed out this entire first half, that defense was outstanding. I mean, it was really good, and it's brought it back to a ball game. 39-30. We're going to get Matt Howerton over here, the assistant women's coach, and he's going to get the stat sheet, I think, and then he'll take Saar's headset, and we'll talk to Matt about this first half. Matt Howerton joining us at halftime, the assistant women's basketball coach here at Case Western Reserve. Matt, I want to talk defense to start with because you guys were down 19, 33-14 with 7:40 left. It looked like it was going to be a blowout, but then the defense changed the game, and here you are, you're in a game. It's 39-30.
Yeah, I was impressed with the way we finished the half. I mean, we just took it possession by possession. You know, that's what we told them in the huddle. It's just one possession at a time. Let's try to make this a game before half, and to look at the score now, it's a 3-possession game.
You know, Hannah Lindemuth for them, number 21, started out on fire. She scored 9 of their first, I think, 11 points.
Yep.
She's been quiet since. Have you changed something on her, or have they just gone in a different direction?
I think we're settling into the game a little bit. We got off to a slow start, which she got comfortable, you know, got a lot of good looks at the rim, good shots. So I think once we settled in a little bit, we kind of got into a groove defensively.
How good is it to get McKenna Gross back today to play? You know, Margaret Terry's been your sophomore point guard, but really it's her first year because of COVID, and McKenna's that, you know, seasoned veteran that you have out there.
Anytime we have McKenna, it's been great. She shows leadership, especially coming off the bench today. You know, it was unfortunate that we missed her last game, but she's making up for it today. So, you know, she's playing well. Just hopefully the other players feed off of her with their energy and effort, and, you know, she's been great.
Matt, what has to happen in the second half for you guys to tighten this up even more?
I think we just got to get stops. It all starts with defense, and once we get good defense, we got good looks, and we started getting comfortable with the game of the flow. So hopefully we just keep it going with the defensive end. 14 offensive rebounds on the offensive end, so keep crashing the glass hard and finish with rebounds and take care of the ball. If we do all three of those things, it should be a pretty good game towards the end.
Gill and Chiraklus have been great on those boards.
Yeah.
Matt Howerton, the assistant women's coach at Case Western Reserve, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Matt will join us all season long at halftime of University Athletic Association games. Him and head coach Jen Reimer heading into that locker room to coach up the team and get them ready for the second half. It's 39-30. We are at halftime here at Horsburgh Gymnasium. We're going to take an extended timeout. And actually, we're going to take a 60-second timeout, and we'll be back with our halftime guest shortly.
Have you heard the news? That Intercontinental Cleveland has earned its 10th consecutive 4-Diamond Award from AAA in recognition of its high-quality accommodations and exceptional service standards. Planning an important event like a corporate meeting, annual conference, fundraising gala, holiday party, or highly personalized wedding? Choose excellence in the Intercontinental Cleveland. Our planning professionals will take time to consider every detail and lead you through an experience which is proudly world-class. Call us today at 216-707-4100 for more details or to request a tour of our spectacular accommodations.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
Well, standing to my right, Eric Schmall, the track and field coach here at Case Western Reserve University. Eric, let's get you a little bit more on your leash there. So
there we go.
Yeah, it's hard to keep a track coach tied down, right?
Right.
That's not what you want to do with a track coach.
No, we're always moving.
Hey, you're fresh off the Otterbein Invitational.
Right,
and it was a great day for Spartan track and field.
It was. We had a school record on the men's side with Jack Begley in the 3K, and so before the meet, this is really early in the year to be running super fast, but we realized we had a meet with a lot of interested parties that wanted to race it. Ohio has a real good crop of guys that are running fast right now, and so he was able to capitalize on that. That was kind of the highlight of the day for everybody. Had a really nice even pace race the whole way, and got the kids really excited watching them do that. And it was a really good day. Really good day to be getting started again.
Kathy Lanise was with me on Friday night talking about the cross-country runners, and Jack was a name that she talked about a lot. She really expects big things distance-wise.
Right, yeah. He's just – I call him the Terminator. That's kind of my personal nickname for him, because if you remember the Terminator, he's a machine, and he just run down the street like that.
Yeah.
He has just the most mechanical mind about how he just clips through those paces, and it's kind of a rare bird when you find that guy who just can keep going and going and going. And so it was exciting watching him across country season, and seeing him come out in his opener for indoor, and he hasn't missed a step. And so I think you're going to see a lot more from him as the year goes on. 3K, 5K, maybe even up to 10 outdoors. Who knows? So it'll be a lot of fun to watch for sure.
On the sprint side, you've got a young man on the sprint side that had a big weekend too at Otterbein. Right.
So Juan's a great story. He was a kid who his freshman year, I was walking to my office one day, and he's just sitting on the floor in front of my office, and he said, I'm looking to come out for the track team, and he's telling me about his history in sports, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. And we found that he had a great deal of natural talent, and over the years he's put so much work into it and really taken a lot of ownership this past year to kind of grow in his events. And so it'll be fun. We're right now, obviously his 60-meter time is second in school history currently, and I think he's going to take a good stab at the school record pretty shortly here. And then moving into outdoor, we talk all the time about moving him up to 400, making him a complete sprinter, and doing the Triple Crown, trying to go 1, 2, 4.
204.
Right,
yeah.
And so I believe he has all the ability to do it. It's just a matter of getting into good race fitness. And I told the kids last night, you come out and your first meet back, spring semester, and you expect everything to be all roses, but you've got to get into fitness for competition specifically. You have all the great practice in the world, doesn't make it the same as a meet. And so as he gets further into the year, I think he's going to find that there's a lot in the tank that he's going to be able to work with, moving into outdoor for sure.
That 60 meters is such a blink of an eye race.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's
7 seconds.
zero room for error.
Right, and so that's what I love about the indoor season. I'm not a big indoor fan because it's just you only have 2 throws, and I'm a big field guy, so that doesn't do it for me. But the 60 is so good for developing good 100-meter sprinters because they have to become good reactors, good accelerators. They have very little time to get up to top end, so it's if you can be good in the 60, it shapes up for great 100-meter races outdoors, and so it's we have a couple of guys that have been just doing great things all through the fall and through early season now, and so I'm really excited for the 4x1 moving outside too. That's going to be a fun one to watch.
You mentioned the throws, which made me think of the field events, and that certainly was a highlight yesterday as well.
Yeah, we had a lot of kids do good things. Probably the most surprising one was one of our sophomores, Yusuf. He won the high jump, and he just keeps getting better. He's one of those kids who I don't think he knows his ceiling. He doesn't know how good he'll be at the end of the road, but he just keeps proving us right when we say, yeah, you got some gifts that you can work with, and so that was good. And then on the women's side, our women's triple jumpers are really quality right now. Mia Vargo on the high jump consistently, getting better and better. So it's fun. It's fun to coach right now because, coming out of a pandemic where you were so restricted and whatnot, it's really nice to get back to it and, just feel that sense of people loving the sport again and not feeling shortchanged, like getting out there, getting to do the thing on Saturday. So yesterday was really good, really emotionally good for everybody.
On the women's side, both in distance and sprint, you had scorers, you had point getters.
Right, and so it's only going to get better. Like I said, the competition fitness, most of those kids are 2 races into their season,
right,
and they had a 6-week layoff in between.
Right,
and so
plus 2 weeks of finals.
Right, which who knows what that does to the body. Right. So it's really encouraging to see people get out and execute early because I know it's the case kid, the hyper analytical. Got to be the best every time. And they've got to be really patient about this because by the time they get to outdoor, all this is just going to build to greater things. And so that's what gets me excited is that the process is well set in motion now, and I think things are going to really come together as we get closer to the outdoor season.
Eric, how nice is it to have the Veal Center for indoor work?
If you go outside right now, it's 3 feet of snow on Van Horn. So
Kathy says it's the 10-degree limit for her. She runs her runners outside as long as it's not below 10 degrees.
Right.
But with sprinters and throwers and high jumpers and stuff like that, the Veal Center is key to you, isn't it?
Right. You can't. I mean, if you had to do it in hallways and things like that, it's just not as effective training. And so
not having the shins.
Right. So having that's huge. I always say it's when you have it, it's easy to spoil yourself with it and run too much. And so I've been really hard on the kids about taking your time off. Like when they give you a day off, don't go in there and just keep taking extra reps because you're going to beat yourself up, But having it, being able to put your spikes on, 2-3 times a week to get some top end work, it's really good. Even for the distance kids, when it's time to get off the roads and get inside. It's just different running on a 200-meter flat track if you've been running outside or you've been running on the outdoor track. It takes some getting used to mechanically. So it's a real privilege to have it for sure.
Now you've got Berea next week, right? You guys travel to Berea. How many indoor meets will you have this indoor season?
Oh gosh, so we'll have BW next weekend, and then the following weekend we'll host our duel with Carnegie Mellon. The following weekend after that is the All-Ohio, and then we'll have the Greater Cleveland Colleges meet here the following week, and then we're hosting the UAA meet this year. So
another 5 to go.
Right. So we're very young. We're at the very early parts of it, and that's why it's always funny. You get one race in, and kids are like, "Why am I not faster?" I'm like, "Well, because it's January 22nd. Right. It's the first race of the year. You got to take your
runners are impatient."
Absolutely. Especially our kids here at Case, but I think it's going to be a really good run of things. Like nobody came out of yesterday with any owies. You know what I mean? Like coming out of a first meet back after such a long layoff. Getting out of there without injuries is a huge boost for me as a coach because I know that when usually you come home and they're licking their wounds for a couple days, but people seem pretty upbeat and healthy today.
So to take that competitive athlete and the over-analytical athlete, like you described the case athlete, student athlete being, and you're in an indoor season that leads to the, I guess you would say, more traditional outdoor season, the more recognized season. How tough is it for you to maybe, pull the reins back on some of your athletes to say, listen, this is a process. You don't need to be great right now. Is it a process in the indoor season, or do you want to be great in the indoor season?
It's a process for sure.
Yeah.
I think that, a competitor wants to win every weekend.
Right.
And that's the hardest part, is tempering that and saying, look, if we're winning every race of the year, that's great, but that's not normal. Like that's kind of a rarity. So, making sure that we're taking proper progressions and never getting too overzealous about what's happening in the indoor season. That's probably 90% of the coaching in terms of the mental parts, is getting people to stop, and take their rest and make sure that they're looking at their mark and seeing it relative to the long view of where we want to be at the end of April. I hammer on that every day, and I get it. I 100% understand the athlete mind about wanting it to happen now, but we all say trust the process. We put it on our social media and everything, but people are terrible at actually executing in that endeavor. Like, they're always wanting more out of every day. So it's a challenge, but it's something that I hold strong to all the time. It's probably my number one thing I say in practice is, it's only January. Don't get your head into it right now. Like, let it happen.
Eric, thanks for joining me.
Absolutely, thank you.
Eric Schmall, the track and field coach here at Case Western Reserve University. On a cold mid-January day, he's getting his troops ready to run indoors next week at Baldwin Wallace. Good luck. Thanks, Eric.